Welcome to Sahaja Yoga Meditation Webcast. Tonight, we have an exciting program where we are going to talk about how to cope with stress. My name is Paul, and I will be presenting this full session. So today, we are going to talk about meditation. We are going to talk about the subtle system that we have within us. We are going to see how meditation and being in balance is actually helping us in our day-to-day life. The first thing I would like to touch is meditation. What is meditation? Meditation is something that's very trendy today. You have a lot of people that in the evening go to do meditation. But at the same time, you need to know that meditation is something that has been around for thousands of years. And initially, the meditation was not something just as a pastime. It was something to get into balance. It was something that was designed to actually get inside ourselves, introspect, and actually find the joy, the fulfillment, and the answers that we are asking ourselves in our day-to-day life. So what does true meditation give us? True meditation gives us what we call thoughtless awareness. It is actually, it gives you a sense that you become more conscious, an elevated consciousness, but at the same time, you are not bothered by the thoughts about the past, like what you did yesterday or your conditionings, and you're not bothered about planning into the future or what's happening tomorrow. You get into that single point where you are actually in the present moment. And when you are in the present moment, that's when you are in balance. That's where the stress is actually reducing. So meditation is not, I would like to resume it as that. Meditation is not an activity. Meditation is a state. Either you are in meditation or you are not. And you are in meditation, the point where you can validate that you are in there is when you are at that point of thoughtless awareness. You see here next to me, I have a chart that actually explains the subtle system within us. You might recognize the central nervous system here and the different plexuses we have within us. And the science knows that very well, but there is a subtle side to it that's not as well known today. Of course, in different traditions, like the Chinese tradition, they have the yin, the yang, and then in the Indian tradition, this is well known as well. The channels, the left, the right, and the central channel are called nadis, and the different plexuses that are known in the West are called chakras, and you might have heard of that already. So let me just explain in some simple word what the left and the right, what's the role of the left and the right channels and the central channel. The left channel, which is in blue here, which ends up crossing at the forehead here. The blue channel is all about our desires, our emotions. It's actually the channel we use for our memory when we are looking towards the past. While the yellow channel that you can see here is the channel that we're using for mental activities, the channel we're using for physical activities and for planning into the future. So what is the central channel? The central channel is the channel of our evolution. In Sanskrit, it is called Sushumna Nadi. My apologies. And this is the channel that this energy we have within us, which is in the sacrum bone here at the base of our spine. That energy rises through the channel, opening up the different chakras or plexuses we have within us. And when it opens the last center we have on top of our head, it is actually giving us what we call self-realization. And when this energy is actually fully awakened, automatically you are in balance. Automatically you are in thoughtless awareness. Automatically you are in that state of enjoyment that I've mentioned before. So coming back to stress, why do we have stress? So we have thousands of books talking about stress. We have thousands of people talking about stress. And I'm not going to go down that path, but I'm going to talk to you what's the root cause of stress and what's happening to you. Stress is happening when you are not in balance, because because human nature is to be in balance, because that's the channel of our evolutions. So when we are using our left channels too much, which is on that side, when you are using that channel too much, when we are um, too much into the past, when we are feeling sad or lethargic, uh, automatically there is some tension between our current state and the state we would like to be in, and that creates stress. At the same time, if you are too much thinking, if you can't sleep at night because you are thinking too much, if you keep running around like a headless chook, the same thing happens. Your current state is not aligned with where you want to be, which is in the central channel, and that creates stress as well. So certainly meditation can help you manage stress by bringing you into balance thanks to that energy, the Kundalini energy, that's the name, which automatically brings you back in balance. Another way you have stress is about these different centers. You might not see it clearly on the chart because the camera might be a bit far away, but each of these centers has specific qualities. For example, love and compassion, the sense of collectivity, the sense of forgiveness, the sense of peace. So here again, when, for example, you develop a character of greed, automatically, which is this center, automatically you cannot have peace, because greed, material gains, is something that's not searchable. You cannot fulfill it. And again, here that creates tensions, that creates stress, that actually is affecting you and actually preventing you to enjoy that current state of balance that we have within us. So in Sahaja Yoga, what we do is give you what we call self-realization. It's that energy, the Kundalini, that's motherly energy that's raising in the central channel. That's actually giving you the awareness that highlighted, that higher awareness that will actually allow you to feel where you have imbalances. You will actually be able to feel, am I too much lethargic on the left side, or am I too much or am I thinking too much? And you will feel that in your fingers, and that will translate in heat or tingling in your fingers on one hand or the other. That will inform you what's the state of self, what your state, and how to fix it. We are going to go through this exercise very soon, but before to do that, I would like to introduce Shri Mataji and Her. You can see Shri Mataji's photo here. Shri Mataji has been the founder of Sahaja Yoga. She is born in 1923. She passed away a few years ago. And Shri Mataji spent her entire life to find out how we can bring human beings in balance, how we can give them self-realization, because that's the only way to actually get to that higher awareness and reduce the stress with us. In 1970, Shri Mataji found a method to give self-realization to many people at one time, and give it to anybody that really wants it, really desires it. And even if the persons that want it are not in balance. For example, if someone is left-sided or right-sided, automatically you will get information. So in opposition of what happened in the past centuries ago or thousands of years ago, you didn't have to meditate for a long time. You didn't have to clean yourself to get into balance, to get that self-realization. You actually could get it. Now you can actually get it. And by having this information, you become your own master, and you can get this information allowing you, if you wish, of course, to balance yourself and find the joy and happiness that I'm talking about. What I would like to do now is have an introduction of Shri Mataji that will actually tell us a little more about the meaning of truth and the meaning of the left side and the right side.
I bow to all the seekers of truth. You have to know that truth is what it is. We cannot conceptualize it with our human awareness. We cannot order it. We cannot manipulate it. We cannot organize it. It is what it is, has been and will be. And what is the truth? Truth is that we are surrounded, or we are penetrated, or we are nourished, looked after and loved by a very subtle energy, which is the energy of divine love. The second truth is that we are not this body, this mind, these conditionings, this ego, but we are the spirit. You don't have to accept what I am saying blindly, because blind faith leads to fanaticism. But as scientists, you must keep your mind open and see for yourself what I am saying. If it is so, honestly, you must accept it. We know so much through science about our civilization, our advancement. This is the advancement of a tree which has grown outside very much. But if we do not know our roots, we will be destroyed. So it is important to know about our roots. And this is what it is that I would say are our roots. As you can see, there are 7 centers within us. And these subtle centers are placed in the spinal cord and in the brain. These cater to our physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual needs. On the physical side, they manifest the energy for the use of our plexuses, which look after our physical problems. That is on the right side. The energy which is supplied by this yellow line, a subtle channel, we call it as the Pingala Nadi. This supplies energy for our physical and mental actions. So this is the power of action within us, which also caters to the right sympathetic nervous system. The another channel you see on the left hand side is the channel by which we desire, put our energy to our desire. So this is the power of desire and looks after our emotions. This is the one which looks after our conditionings also. At the end of these two channels, they create two institutions. One on the right side crosses over, and the yellow balloon that you see is the ego, is the balloon of ego that we have. And the left hand side one, which conditions our mind, is the balloon of superego. As we start growing in age, by the time we are 12 years of age, these two completely meet, and the soft bone in our head becomes completely calcified. Now there's third energy within us, which is in the center. And this central energy is the one which has made us human beings. And these centers are the milestones of our evolution. So now the last jumping is left out. It has reached up to the limbic area. Now, only thing is it has to break through the soft bone on the head and break through that, which is the actualization of baptism. Baptism is not an artificial thing. It is an actualization. But the energy that does it is, we call it sleeping energy, in the triangular bone called as sacrum. That means the Greeks knew that this is a sacred bone, that they called it sacrum. This energy has to rise and break through that fontanelle bone area and connect us to that subtle divine power which we have never felt during human awareness.
Welcome back, everyone. My technical team told me there might have been some issue for some of you, but fear not. The important part starts now, and the video will be put on YouTube anyway if you want to listen again the brief I made about meditation and about stress management. So the important part is actually the process of self-realization, to actually start feeling your subtle center, what's the state within yourself, so you can actually start acting and getting into that balance to find the joy I'm talking about. So how do we do it? I will show you first, and then we'll do it eyes closed. And for that, I hope you all are sitting in a place that's quiet at home. You find a proper place. If you have kids running around, just bring them along. It's very good for them. If your partner is watching TV, get him along as well. Your family life will be transformed. So now what we are going to do is actually show you, we are going to put our right hand, the left hand is on our lap if you are sitting down, and the right hand will go on the different centers or chakras that we have within ourselves. So be comfortable. You can remove your shoes. That's a good thing. I will just give a few seconds for you to get sorted out. You can be sitting either on the floor, which is great if you can do it, or on a chair. It is the same. So now that hopefully everybody is set up, what we can do, we put your left hand on your laps and put your right hand, and I will show you first, and we'll put the right hand first on the heart. The heart, that's a little bit on the left for most people. And then we'll put the right hand just under the rib cage. again on the left side here. Then you can actually practice with me before we do it for good. Then we put the right hand just at the bottom part of the abdomen here on the left, and actually we can press it a little bit hard here. Then we put it back on and just under the rib cage. Then back on our heart. Then we can put the right hand, that's probably the most complicated one, at the junction of the shoulder, and I'm turning to show you well, the junction of the shoulder and the neck here. And again, we can press it a little bit hard here. Then we are going to put our right hand on our forehead, across, and you can press it a bit on the sides as well. Then we can put the right hand at the back of the head. I'm turning to show you, like the head is resting on the hand. And to finish up, you can actually stretch your fingers, and with the center of the palm, which represents the seventh center here, the center of the palm, we are going to massage the top of our head like that in a clockwise direction. And this is where we are going to ask for self-realization. All right? And what we are going to do for each chakra, we are going to say an affirmation or a sentence that's related to the qualities of each of these chakras. All right, everybody set up? Let's get it started. Put both your feet, with your shoes, that's better, flat on the ground. Put the left hand on your lap. And you can start by closing your eyes. Put your attention inside. And start taking a couple of deep breaths. Again, keeping your attention inside. And be just like a scientist to actually discover what you can feel and the different sentiments that are actually triggered. So together, let's put the right hand on our heart. And you can put your attention there. And here we are going to ask 3 times, Mother, referring to the Kundalini, the motherly energy. Mother, am I the spirit? We can ask that 3 times. Because we are more than this material world, this mind. We are something much deeper. Then you can put the right hand under the rib cage on the left side. And this is the center of mastery within you. So here you can ask 3 times again, Mother, am I my own master? Am I my own guide? Three times. Because that knowledge is already within you. It just needs to be awakened. Then bring down the right hand just above the hip at the lower part of the abdomen. You can press it hard. And here you can say 6 times, because this center has 6 petals or 6 subplexuses. You can say 6 times, Mother, please give me the pure knowledge. 6 times. And the pure knowledge is the knowledge of this subtle system. Mother, please give me the pure knowledge. without thinking, just witnessing. Now we can put back our right hand just under the rib cage, and what you can do here to actually help the Kundalini, this energy to rise, you can actually say 10 times, Mother, I am my own master. I am my own guide. Because once you have the knowledge, you become the master. So 10 times. Now we can put back our right hand on our heart. And here it's no more a question, but with conviction you can affirm, Mother, I am the Spirit. And you can say that 12 times. Mother, I am the Spirit. And this will help the Kundalini rise in you. Now we can put the right hand at the junction of the left shoulder and neck. And this is a center that's often problematic for people because of the guilt some may accumulate over time. So to get rid of that guilt, we can say up to 16 times, Mother, I am not guilty at all. Because guilt is just an illusion. It's not a helpful emotion. And it's dragging you down. Mother, I am not guilty at all. Now you can put the right hand on your forehead, across, and here you have the greatest power you can have as a human being, which is forgiveness. So here we can say it doesn't matter how many times, but forgive. Because if you don't forgive, you carry a load that's unnecessary. So here you can say, Mother, I forgive everyone. You can also say, Mother, I forgive myself. And forgiveness will give you this thoughtless awareness. Now put the right hand at the back of your head. You can rest your head on your hand a little bit. And then you can say, Oh Divine, if I have made any mistake, please forgive me. And now you can stretch your hands, and with the center of your palm, you can press this fontanelle bone area on top of your head. Put your attention there. Press it hard and massage it, rotating your hand a little bit. And here, we cannot cross your freedom. You have to ask for your self-realization. So here you can say 7 times, with full confidence and desire, Mother, please give me my self-realization. So what you can do now, keeping your attention on top of your head, just raise your hand 5 centimeters, 10 centimeters, and see if you can feel some coolness coming out of your head. It might be hot to start with. It might be subtle to start with. Again, put back the hand on your lap. Keep your attention on top of your head. And we can try to meditate for a minute or two in silence, trying to let the thoughts go, trying to reach that point, that present moment. Keep your attention on top of your head. If you still have thoughts coming, simply forgive them and let them go. And this is the point of balance, where actually we are growing spiritually. You can open your eyes now and simply check in your hands. Maybe one hand is cooler than the other one. Maybe there's some tingling on some fingers or some numbness in some fingers that actually give you the indication of the state of your subtle system. And that's what's happening when this energy, the Kundalini, starts working within you. All right? So tell us what you felt. We have a phone number, which is 0419 308212. If you felt something strongly, let us know. I will tell it later on. Or if you have questions, that you want to ask, feel free to use that number as well. 0419 308 212. So what I would like to do now is show you how you can now balance yourself at home to actually get to that state. So for example, if you are too much in the lethargic side, too much worrying about the past, or influenced about the past, which is this side, or thinking too much, overactive, I will show you how you can actually fix that for you. So the first thing we'll do is to work on the right side, which is the yellow side here, how to bring it in balance. And this yellow side, when it's overactive, it generates heat, and that's what we want to get rid of. So the way to bring that heat down or to reduce the heat is actually to put the left hand, when you meditate, towards the sky, like a chimney, and the right hand on your lap for meditation. And we can do that together for about 1 minute. Without thinking, just observing as a witness, if you can feel more coolness coming into your right hand. You can bring back both hands in front of you. Now, if it's the opposite side, you felt some heat or numbness in the left hand, which indicates that the left channel, the blue one here, is actually requires some attention. What you can do is simply put the right hand on the ground if you are sitting on the floor, or towards the ground if you are standing or sitting on a chair. And again, we can meditate here for about a minute. Without thinking, just observing. You might actually feel changes within a few seconds. And you can bring back your hands on your lap. What I would like to do now, we are going to do our last meditation with a little bit of music. So keep your hands on your laps and just keep your attention on top of your head. And just try to feel the joy. Try to feel the understanding, the fulfillment that we have here in meditation. All right, I hope everyone had a good meditation so far. So the last 5 minutes, I would like to spend them to show you how you can meditate at home. And it is very easy. You simply need to do what we did today, like sit in a place at your home, put your hands, and start to feel that energy within us. We also have a website, freemeditation.com.au. There is a tab called Resources where all the techniques that we have shown to you today are actually described in some details as well. On the same website, if you would like to go through that webcast again, it will be posted on freemeditation.com.au on the webcast page as well. So go there, you can check it again, go to the section you want to repeat. But what I would like to convey to you is that it is important to actually do it regularly. Many of us are working from home, you don't have commute time, maybe take 5 minutes that you used to have for your commute time and actually meditate in the morning. And I can assure you that you will see such an amazing transformation in your life, not only in you and around you, you will see the benefit very rapidly. So again, the last point is how to raise your own energy within you. So we do that when we start when we start the meditation and when we finish it. So I will show it to you and we can do it together. What we do is with the left hand that will go like that, and the right hand will rotate around it. I hope I'm at the right angle so that you can see it. So we can do it together, putting our attention inside ourselves, and that symbolizes our desire for that energy to rise. And on top, we do a knot. We do that 3 times. The second time, we raise our energy, put our attention above our head, and again do a knot. And we do it a 3rd time. And at the end of the 3rd time, we can do 3 knots. 1, 2, 3. And let's try to stay in thoughtlessness with our attention there. Also to protect ourselves, because now we have vibrations in our hand, we can spread it around us. So with the right hand, starting on the left side, we can do half a circle around us and then come back. And we can do that 7 times. A 2nd time, once for each chakra. 3rd time, 4th time, 5th, 6th, and 7th. And again, without thinking, just see if you can feel more coolness, more vibrations, as we call them, in your hands. You might realize that you are now in complete thoughtless and balance. And this is what meditation is about, is to be in balance, that gets you in this thoughtless awareness, in this new consciousness, which is a world that is way wider to explore than the world around us. So I hope you enjoyed that meditation. I would like to remember you can SMS your questions at this number again. I will actually show you. You can 0419 308 212. So feel free to SMS question now. If some questions will be coming, I will answer them. Otherwise, we'll also answer your questions after this webcast is finished. So let's see if there are questions. My technical team tells me no questions so far. So you must all be in thoughtless awareness, enjoying your meditation, which is a good thing. All right. I think we'll stop the webcast here. Feel free to SMS your question here. We will have this webcast every week, starting at 7 o'clock every Thursday night. And every week we'll have a different topic. Like today we had coping with stress. Next week we'll have a new topic that we'll put on freemeditation.com.au.